Ambient occlusion renders Revit 3D views, which can be selected directly from the toolbar. Please note that only the views currently open in Revit's workspace can be selected. Once opened, you can easily switch between them through the Ambient Occlusion interface. By default, Ambient Occlusion automatically updates and restarts the rendering when you modify the selected Revit 3D view. To disable this behavior, activate the lock icon in the bottom left corner of the Ambient Occlusion window. In the main toolbar, the first two buttons are used to start, resume, and pause the rendering. You can choose from a list of predefined render resolutions or define a custom one. In this case, only the height value is preserved, while the width is automatically adjusted to match the aspect ratio of the Revit 3D view. Quality is defined by the number of samples per pixel. When selecting a predefined quality level, its progress is displayed in the footer. If you choose the custom option, Ambient Occlusion will continue rendering until you manually pause it. This allows you to keep rendering until the desired quality is reached. The global gain parameter controls the overall brightness of the rendered image. The occlusion distance parameter controls how dark shadows from nearby surfaces appear and how much distant surfaces contribute to shading. Please note that this parameter is not available when using the global illumination render mode. In the environment menu, you can fully customize the environmental lighting used for rendering. For example, you can rotate the environment, select a different one, or adjust its gain. The next tool is used to control the depth of field effect. Here, you can define the lens radius and focus distance. Please note that the depth of field effect is available only for perspective 3D views. When global illumination is disabled, you can also enable an additional set of shadows. This is easier to see when switching to a uniform environment. These shadows are derived from the sun settings defined in Revit. In Ambient Occlusion, you can adjust their contrast and softness. You can also modify the global opacity of the rendered scene. The last tool we will examine is the bump scale parameter. It controls the intensity of bump mapping on materials that use a bump map. Setting it to 0 disables the effect entirely. Setting it to a value greater than 1 enhances the effect.